Our ranch in Nicasio here is over 500 acres all told, and it is a piece of coastal prairie. It's a coastal prairie system. It's a oak grassland savanna. When we first came into management of it, it was mostly covered with annual oats, which are not native to California. And once we started exploring perennial grasses, there was some evidence that California used to be green year-round. Through our land management practices with Dr. Creek, we started recognizing that we were able to actually change the ecosystem, and in a direction that looked really exciting to us.
He found a plant that he said, this is a native bunch grass, and these can live for 500 years, and they have roots that go down 6 feet, and these live longer than the oak trees.
We reintroduced cattle in a very, very strategic way, that our management objectives were to benefit the landscape and promote native perennial grasses. All the while, Jeff Creek was talking about climate and atmospheric CO2, and how, in fact, grass plants are little straws that sip CO2 out of the atmosphere. There was some evidence that increasing soil organic matter could have a significant impact on the climate. Soil organic matter is about half carbon, and so increases in soil organic matter automatically increase soil carbon, and there are a lot of benefits that come with that. Our interest was whether we could remove carbon from the atmosphere and get it in the soil system, and we've demonstrated that we can do that. And in order to do that, we had to know how much carbon was in the soil to begin with, how much carbon was in the compost, and after the first water year, we ended up with 1 ton more carbon per hectare than the soil and the compost combined. And then the same thing happened on the 2nd year, and the 3rd year, and the 4th year. During the formation of the Marine Carbon Project, which is a consortium of all of the agricultural agencies, organizations, and institutions in Marin, we've come together as a group, and we have a research component, a demonstration component, and an implementation component. So our implementation will come through programs that our partners, the RCD, MALT, UCCE, the Marine Agricultural Land Commissioner, will distribute to the land managers in our area. And what's really important is everything we've done, we've kept an eye towards being replicable, scalable, and broadly applicable. So our templates could be taken to any landscape and then adjusted for their climate. This has tremendous promise in terms of having a great impact beneficially. We were given a grant, a SIG grant, a Conservation Innovation Grant from the USDA through the Environmental Defense Fund and Dr. Silver to develop a protocol so that this particular practice could be put forth as a approved methodology with the American Carbon Registry, so that projects could do this specific practice and mitigate greenhouse gas emissions.
The only way that they could be persuasive to public agencies, to the ranchers, to the public in general, is to have very hardcore science behind them, and they do.
You can't decide what you want to have happen and have it happen. That's not science then. So you wait and you hope and you get ready for it to fail, and then it didn't fail.
And it actually worked better than we
hoped. It worked better than we ever dreamed.
The whole idea of improving the land so that you improve the productivity through fixing carbon in the soil, and at the same time potentially actually generating a source of revenue by being able to sell the carbon credits is pretty exciting. As we learn what the full cycle is in managing lands, then projects like the Carbon Project here in Marin just become a no-brainer, because we can improve the environmental impact on the land and we can improve the productivity of our ranches at the same time. This is a win-win for us, and we're very thankful to Peggy and John for pushing us in that direction.